Hi all. So today's topic is Khorasan. Khorasan is also called Greater Khorasan, and this is another important geographical region in medieval history. So Khorasan is a Persian word and it means the land of the rising sun or the land where sun rises. Its another meaning is the east. So in last video we have seen the Transoxiana region. Transoxiana means Trans-Oxus River or Amu River. So beyond this river, this region was Transoxiana, and southwest of this is Khorasan region. In strict sense, Khorasan region is before this Amu River, but in loose sense, this complete area, including Transoxiana, is called Khorasan. Okay, so you can see there are four important cities in Khorasan. One is Nishapur, another is Marv, then we have Balkh, and another is Herat. So this Khorasan area, it it's starting in southwest is from desert areas. There is one town called Tabas town. From that area to Hindukush mountain. This is the stretch of Khorasan. This area of Tabas is also called the gate of Khorasan because this is the town from where this Khorasan region in west it starts. And this frontier region between Khorasan and Hindustan, this frontier region that is south of Hindu Kush, this region is called Khorasan Marches. Okay, so its meaning is where the sun rises, or another meaning is east. Khorasan comprised the present-day territories of northeastern Iran, parts of Afghanistan, and southern parts of Central Asia. You have seen in previous map. Often this region was subdivided in four quarters. First was westernmost part in which Nishapur was the main city. This is in present-day Iran. Second was northernmost part in which Marv was the main city and this is in present-day Turkmenistan. Central part having main city as Herat in present-day Afghanistan and easternmost part having main city Balkh and this is in present-day Afghanistan. About this city Balkh we will read when we will read the Mughal history. Shahjahan he did one march towards Balkh and Aurangzeb fought there, but in detail we will read there. So I told you this in western part there is town of Tabas. This is the town which is known as Gate of Khorasan because from this place it starts this Khorasan region and then towards eastward to the mountains of central Afghanistan. Okay. Khorasan marches. What is Khorasan marches? This is the frontier region between Khorasan region and Hindustan region and it is in south of Hindu Kush hill. So this Khorasan region was part of Achaemenid Empire between 6th to 4th century BCE. What was this Achaemenid Empire? This was first Persian Empire I told you in last video. And then it came under influence of Greeks and after that Parthian Empire. Parthian Empire was again another empire that existed between 3rd century BCE to 3rd century CE. Okay. So this Khorasan region was called Traxian during the Greek and Parthian times. Okay, Traxian. Khorasan was not its name. It was one eastern part of that empire and its name was Traxian. The name Khorasan was first given to the eastern province of Persia during the Sasanian Empire. I told you Sasanian dynasty was another Persian dynasty which existed between 2nd century CE to 6th CE, century CE. Okay, between this Sasanian Empire existed. So in that time there was a king called Khusro. Khusro I. Its time is 531 AD to 579 AD. During his reign, the name Khorasan was given to this area, and this Khorasan area was first time established as an administrative division of the Sasanian Empire in 6th century CE. This Khorasan region was the cultural capital of Persia until 13th century, when Mongol invaded this region, okay, and devastated this region. So till 13th century it was the cultural capital of Persia. And this new Persian language and new Persian literature, it developed and flourished in this Khorasan and Transoxiana region. At the time of Parthian dynasty, between 248 BC to 224 AD, Parthian language was the language of the state. Okay, Parthian language was the language of the state. But during 8th and 9th century, when this region was under Abbasid caliphs, that time this new Persian language started replacing Parthian language. Okay, and when this Abbasid caliph rule started declining, then these Persians, they began to re-establish the Persian national life, and they laid the foundation for a renaissance in area of language and literature. So new Persian literature arose and flourished in this area. And the poets, the initial Persian poets such as Rudaki, Sahid Balkhi, Abu Marwazi, Abu Sugadi, they all belongs to this Khorasan region. Moreover, the famous poet Firdausi and Rumi, they were also from Khorasan. About Firdausi, you know, he has written the Shahnama. He was the contemporary of Mahmud of Ghazni. Then Rumi is again a great philosopher in Islamic world. And this region also produced many scientists, mathematicians, physicists, astronomers, and geologists, such as Ibn Sina, also called Avicenna, Al-Farabi, Al-Biruni, Umar Khayyam, Al-Khwarizmi, Abu Mashar al-Balkhi, also called Al-Baksar in Western literature. They all belongs to this area only. About this Al-Biruni, we will read when we will study the medieval Indian history. He came to India and he has studied all this Indian literature. Then he wrote Kitabul Hind. So there is one complete chapter on Al-Biruni in medieval history. These all people were widely well known for their significant contribution in various domains such as mathematics, astronomy, medicine, physics, geography, and geology. And these Khorasan artisans, they contributed to the spread of technology and goods along the ancient trade route going through this area. So this was like history, geography, and importance of this area. Now let's see the timeline. Who all ruled this area during medieval era? We have seen in ancient era it was under Achaemenid Empire, then it came under Greek influence, then Parthian Empire, then after that it came under Sasanian Empire, and after that Muslim rulers Abbasid Caliph, and after Abbasid Caliph the Safarid dynasty and Samanid dynasty, they ruled it parallelly between 861 to 1003 AD and 875 to 999 AD. Then came Ghaznavid's dynasty. Mahmud of Ghazni, he was famous ruler from this dynasty. During that time, they also ruled this area between 963 to 1167 AD. Then came the Seljuk Turks. They ruled between 1037 to 1194 AD. Then Khwarezmids dynasty between 1077 to 1231. Then Ghurid dynasty. You know Ghurid dynasty, this Mahmud Ghori, he belongs to this Ghurid dynasty. They ruled between 1149 to 1212. And in the end, Timurid dynasty. The famous king was Timur. They ruled this area between 1370 to 1506. So this is all about Khorasan. In next video, we will meet with the new topic. Till then, take care. Bye.